Oh, how you doing, Matt?
Hey, Aaron. Pretty good. Welcome to Between Two Pallets.
Between Two Pallets. Yes.
We got a pallet of green beans that just came in.
Where did we get these green beans from?
Cafe Imports. That's located in Minneapolis. Big place. Big place.
Cool.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And over here we have a pallet of beans going to Charlotte, our awesome distributor.
Awesome. Cool. So I heard we have some questions that come up frequently.
Yeah, some questions. We have some emails, some texts, some fan mail. I don't know.
Yeah, I like fan mail.
Yeah. First question: what's the difference between light, medium, and dark roasted coffee?
Okay, so I like medium roasted coffee first off.
I do too. Medium depends on the type of day. I do like a light roast. Light roast, there's gonna be more flavors to pick up on. Dark roast, a lot of body. It's just hammer time, and it's dark roast time.
So I've noticed in our sales, our Good Sumatra, which is our dark roast coffee, has the most sales. Like it seems to be the most popular.
It does. I think I read somewhere. Again, it's on the internet, so it's true. Obviously.
Of course, yeah.
But 80% of human population, the taste buds in the tongue, I think they prefer the dark roast. So that's part of our role is to try to coax people into trying new things and trying those medium and lighter roasts. And
so if I were a coffee snob,
yeah,
which I might be, maybe.
Oh yeah, okay.
What do they prefer? Like, if I'm a coffee snob, I only drink light coffee, or
not dark.
Not dark.
Yeah.
And the idea is like it loses flavor, or
There's more flavor to be had in the lighter and the medium roasts. So that's a challenge to all of us to explore a little bit of those lighter roasts.
Cool.
The difference though is temperature over time, right?
Okay, that makes sense. So
yeah, as we're roasting it, like how do we get a Sumatra?
Yeah.
How do we get a tenacious?
So heating it longer. So we're cooking a darker roast longer.
Yep.
Or it has more heat to it in the same time frame.
Same amount of heat, but longer time.
Okay.
Did I say that right? It's kind of like a steak. You still put it on the grill, but you're gonna have a medium rare versus medium, which is well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, next question that we have is, how do you come up with the names? Now, you started this coffee company, and before I jumped in, you already had a lot of these labels and names created. So I'm guessing you and somebody else
came up with these. My wife Jennifer and I kind of started most of these names up. But yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of creativity, a lot of times, when you're young and you have kids. A good friend of mine said you become witty. You don't get much sleep, but you become witty. So car rides after a nice visit with Grandma and Grandpa. Didn't sleep well either. You're not in your bed. You're driving. All those things. So Jennifer came up with the greatest names of all time: the Bump and Grind, the Smooth Cut for Morning After. Now, one of my favorite ones.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, you bet.
So we just happen to have a bag.
Product placement
right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
right there. See that?
Well played. Well, one of my favorite ones is the Good Sumatra.
Yes, I remember this story.
So this is one of my favorite stories. I was working as a barista part time at the local coffee Arcadia Books.
Books.
And currently Paper Crane is the coffee in residence there, and they do a great job. About 10 years
Great place.
ago.
Go there, get coffee.
10 years ago, actually, Jensen, who does Paper Crane, and I were both baristas there for Jackie Singleton, and had a student working, and we were starting to roast coffee and make it available, and it was a Sumatran. We didn't have labels, we didn't have names, it was just Sumatran. And he said, Mr. Snow, you gotta get more of this Samaritan coffee. It's dynamite, top shelf.
Samaritan coffee.
And before I could even admonish him for not knowing how to read, I said, you know what? That's genius. We're gonna use that. Ooh, product placement time. This is a big production budget. Here.
Okay. There we go.
There we go. Good Sumatran. So those are just a couple examples of some of the names.
So I remember when you were making this label. By the way, who does these labels for us?
Our labels are expertly crafted by Gretchen Butts at Firepower Design in Madison.
Yeah, woman-owned, graphic design place.
Yep.
Great. So I remember when you were doing this label, you wanted to play on that Samaritan.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
So
there we
that's
go.
why
Samaritan.
handing here, drink your coffee. Right.
That's right.
That's cool.
Best shared with a friend.
Yes.
So anyway, those are just a couple examples. We might touch on a few more next episode.
Yeah, absolutely. So next one, what do you got?
Does the coffee maker make a difference in the taste of your coffee?
Well, I know. Let's figure out.
Wow, this tastes pretty good.
Yeah. So this coffee coming out of this
Let's take another shot
this
of that.
silo of coffee here. How was this made?
Well, Aaron, this is would we call this drip coffee? I think.
Okay, so essentially the water's dripping over the ground.
Yeah, your basic coffee maker, right?
Yeah, soaking the beans and then dissolving the awesome flavor of coffee,
Yeah,
right?
There's a
Through
coffee
the filter.
basket filter.
Yep.
Ground coffee.
Okay. So what's my favorite way to make coffee? Okay, I make coffee that way every night before I go to bed. I know I know.
Ooh.
I grind.
Okay. all
And
right.
then but my coffee maker simulates a pour over, which is my favorite way to have a coffee. And I know that's
Right. My coffee maker does the same thing.
Okay.
And what I do is pour over while I'm waiting for my coffee.
Ooh. Okay.
So the pour over is where we freshly grind it. It only takes a few seconds. Put it in a little pour over basket, boil water,
Yeah.
pour over, voila.
So the coffee grounds for your coffee maker, the drip coffee maker, they should be ground differently than a pour over. Is that right?
I think so. I mean, that's personal preference as well too, but different settings, different coarseness, right?
So what about cold brew then? Because the way I've been making cold brew is I make sure the grounds are really coarse.
I would think so.
Because it's sitting in that water for 12 hours.
And it's about extraction of caffeine.
Right.
So-
And the awesome flavor, right? The
Right,
sweetness of the
Yep.
coffee.
Yep.
So yeah, absolutely. The coffee maker.
It makes a
matters,
difference.
yeah.
However, I might argue the water makes the most difference. What do you think of that?
You know what?
do you think of
I've
that?
seen somewhere that somebody says coffee is
98% water.
right there in the back of our label. Yes. Use the good stuff.
It matters. It matters.
So reverse osmosis or just filtered or again.
Exactly. Culligan man or woman or whoever is coming to service your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Brita filter. It makes a difference. Heck, you can go to the store and get yourself a jug of purified water. I think it's
Ooh.
about $1. It's about $1.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Yeah.
So water and the type of the process you use to extract the goodness
Yep.
makes a difference. Okay. Well, the next question I have here is what type of roast or coffee has the most caffeine? Okay, so I did some research on this, but I kind of want to hear your take on this.
Sure.
And then I'll chime in based on what I found.
Okay, well this is tricky. This is tricky because there's different types of beans.
Yes.
Like we see everywhere 100% Arabica beans, but there's other types and species of coffee out there.
Robusta?
Robusta, which actually has a little bit more caffeine
Yes,
content.
I did find that.
However,
Yes.
it traditionally has more of a rubbery taste, and so we might find in blends, small blends, just a little bit of Robusta in there just to boost caffeine content.
So that's what I heard they do with espresso blends sometimes.
Right,
But we don't
exactly.
do that in our espresso
We have
blend.
not done that yet. Not with
Willpower espresso
Yes.
blend. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
brand new. It's out there. The other thing, there's Typica. That's like the Kona coffee. Very delicious. So there's just all different types of, so many different types of varieties and kinds. But ultimately, I think caffeine is based on light versus dark.
Yeah, so I did find something about that on wokelark.com about light, medium, and roast. So the idea is that even though a light roasted coffee and a dark roasted coffee bean have negligible amounts of caffeine in it, so they're the same, pretty much. Okay, but the lighter roast coffee bean has not been roasted as long as the dark roast. So the water content in the dark roast is gone. It is lighter. Okay. Lighter, she used the word light, but anyways, so the more dense bean is going to contain more bean, therefore contain more caffeine. Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Okay, so yeah, so a lighter roast, people will say has more caffeine. It's because of the density of the bean giving you more surface to pull caffeine while you brew it, which is another.
Right.
So like cold brew.
Like the extraction method.
Yes.
I hear that term, whether it's espresso or cold
Yep,
brew or drip. Yeah.
So how you extract that caffeine out of that bean, the light, medium, or dark roast have the density of the bean, and then the type of bean.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think we answered that one.
I think so. And if you get stuck in the bun, you're just trying to just make it stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Or-
you're not sure, and if you like a dark roast, and just have more.
Drink more.
Yeah, drink more.
I like that. You want some more?
I do want some more.
Okay,
And
get some more.
I think.
I think we have one more question.
Do we have one more question?
We have one more question.
Okay, what do we got?
Okay, so are coffee grounds good for plants? What's the best ways to recycle coffee grounds?
Coffee grounds and maybe chaff. Well,
Yeah,
people
I don't know if
have
they know what
We have
chaff is.
chaff.
We have chaff.
Next episode. Let's talk
We'll
about
talk about
grounds
our chaff
today.
next episode.
So, what do you? You're a gardener.
Yes.
I used to garden. I gardened in my mind, but not so much
You
anymore.
garden at the farmer's market?
Yes, I like to garden in the produce section. There's other people who are doing a great job, and I should support them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
But anyway,
I'm
for the
good.
people that
So
have-
yeah, I like gardening, and I have a decent sized garden at home, and I like to compost. The coffee grounds that you get from your local neighborhood coffee shop, or even from yourself, is going to be high in acidity. So that acidity though dissipates pretty fast. So it's not going to kill anything, but the best way to use coffee grounds is in a compost. Okay, mix it in with other things that are going to compost. So
Okay.
eggshells, banana peels, even the paper from brewing coffee is good. Put that in your compost. So that's, the long, short answer, I guess, is, you don't want to put a layer of coffee grounds around your plants because it will dry out and then create a barrier that will prevent water and other things from soaking through. So again, mixing it with all the other stuff that you get from the compost.
Good to know.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Matt, this was been fun.
This was great.
We
Well,
should-
to consider this again next time
Yeah.
we have another pallet going on,
Absolutely.
which might be next week.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoy Pallet Talk. We'll talk at you again later.
All right. I think